Hello, everybody, and welcome to the final Versus Live of 2018. I am your host, Todd Anderson, joined by, of course, Brad Nelson. We got Ross Merrim over in the sideboard.
Hi, everybody.
How's it going? He'll be fielding all of your questions that you may have today, so make sure to @SCG Tour in the Twitch chat with any questions you might have. Ross is going to be parsing them and picking his favorite, and he's going to be asking us directly or answering them himself if they're pretty easy questions. What we got on the docket today, Brad?
Well, it's kind of a variety show today. Now, I'm gonna start with two truths and a lie.
Okay.
The three topics we're gonna have today are 3 matches of Magic involving involving really fun decks from the past. Also, a grudge match that a buddy of mine and I discussed, and we want to see what actually wins. The second thing is Ross Merrim discusses for an hour's length on how he got to 5th place on the Star City, or the SCG Tour leaderboard for the season.
All right.
And a 30-minute discussion about arenas formats. They've had a lot of announcements lately, and they pulled some back. And we're going to discuss the difference between best of 1, best of 3 in Magic, and how things will play out in a competitive setting.
All right, so this would be way more difficult if you had said we let Ross talk about the Utah Jazz for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Because he would have done it.
Oh, for sure.
Without us even asking. He would have just come over here.
Been very informative.
Turns out when you trade away Giannis or whoever his name, I don't know.
If the Jazz had ever traded away Giannis Antetokounmpo, I would be really upset now.
Okay.
Because that man is really good at basketball.
All right, well, that is the lie. Today, we're going to be playing some really fun matches. We're not structuring this around any competitive format of Magic right now. We're actually going to be starting off with Temur Energy against Bant, 2 of my favorite decks. But also, I've asked a lot of people about which deck will win, and the one that I think will win is not what everyone's answering.
Yeah, so I'm guessing everyone says the Temur Energy is going to win, right?
That's not true. No, everyone thinks Bant Company is going to win. And I'm like, the deck that got banned multiple times, 3 times in fact, I feel like is going to be the deck that's victorious.
Okay, so when you say the deck was banned 3 times, you mean it started as one thing, morphed into another thing, and then transformed into a whole other thing.
Well, it had 2 degenerate combos that got banned that just pieced into it, and then people are like, we can still win if you just had some dragons and some boats.
That's fair.
And then they're like, we're just going to cut the legs off, we're going to cut Attune and Rogue Refiner from the deck, and that's when it finally fell apart.
Finally. And then it became all about Scrap Heap Scrounger.
It did. That card was very good.
Yeah. It's almost like it was a 2-deck format.
Yeah, but we don't need to get into that. So we're going to play that. Then we've got some fun matches of decks from the past. We've got a really exciting one for the second one. And then the third, I'm just letting Todd have his fun for the next 2 videos. He gets to play 2 of his biggest moments in Magic at the times.
Yeah, so my Jeskai Black deck, where I took second place in the Players' Championship in 2015.
Jim Davis!
Yeah, Jim, man, I can't, it's never going to leave my brain. It's just, it's burned there.
That's what memories do.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Ross. Appreciate it. And then I'm also going to be playing my first place state championship.
I've never won one of those.
2008 Fairies list. This was my very first article on Star City Games was about this. I actually messaged Craig. What was his name? Yeah. Craig something. I forget his name. He was the editor for Star City Games, and they were looking for just like some fresh talent. And I was just like, hey, I just won states. You want an article about fairies? And he's like, hell yeah.
Yeah, so we've got those on the docket. We'll talk about the decks that I'll be playing after that. But yeah, so right now we're going to be playing Bant Company versus Temur Energy. 2 more matches after that. Then we're going to take another break, and then we're going to set up for a fun roundtable discussion with Ross. We'll pull him in over here. And we're going to talk about the difference between best of 1 Magic and best of 3, and how it works in tournament structures. And it's a very opinionated topic because there's different opinions based on how long you've played Magic.
Yeah, I think that the old school guys like yourself, even me, are usually going to be in the camp of best of 3 is how it's always been, it's how it always should be, because sideboards are an integral part of the game, especially from a strategy standpoint. You know, a lot of cards dating back to beta and alpha, like Circle of Protection Red, like that's not a card that you would see and be like, okay, I'm gonna play this to screw over my buddy. You know, who only plays his mono red deck. Eventually
that sounds like something I definitely would do.
Right, it's what we all did one time, and then our buddy stopped playing Magic with us. And then we figured out that at tournaments, there's this thing called a sideboard where cards like Circle Protection Red just get relegated there to have that functionality and protect you in certain matchups. And
I went one further than that.
Okay.
The first constructed deck I ever took to Friday Night Magic, my first Friday Night Magic ever, was a blue-white control deck based around Golden Wish. Now, Golden Wish was 3 colors, white, sorcery, and you could search your sideboard for an enchantment. My sideboard, 3 of each circle of protection.
And 3 times 5
is 15.
15.
So, my game plan was always to find circle protections and control them. And my deck was based around a card called Mists of Stagnation, another enchantment that locked them out of the game. Did I put one of those in my sideboard? No,
Absolutely
didn't
not.
need it.
No,
didn't
no,
need
no.
it. Needed to make room for all 3 circle protections of each color.
Yeah.
But the genius of all of it was that when I sideboarded, guess what I'd take out of my deck? Golden Wish, that is the right answer, because I would bring the circle of protections in from the sideboard.
Did you only have 3 Golden Wishes in your deck?
No, I had 4 and 2 other things.
I guess most people were multiple colors. So you'd bring in 6 cops against a 2-color deck, and 4 Golden Wish and 2 other cards would come out?
Yes, now
that is smart.
I took second place in the first FNM. I'm finishing this story.
Okay.
I took second place in my first FNM because I played against Psychotog in the top 4. He was the state champion. He was the best player in the room, right? He knew he was going to beat me, and I knew I was going to win.
To be fair, being the best player in North Dakota is like being the best player in South Dakota.
Well, I'm the best player from North Dakota, and I'm better than you. So,
being the best player on North Dakota is like being the best player on the Utah Jazz. It doesn't matter, and no one cares.
Anyway,
except for Ross Marion.
Anyway, long story short, my Psychotog opponent,
I do care.
My Psychotog opponent in back-to-back games had his Upheaval as the last card in his deck, and I easily won both games with Circle Protections, and I thought I was going to be a star.
Well, you were right.
And I was correct.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Never in the history of mankind has someone been more right for the wrong reasons.
All right. Well, we are going to be getting into that very heavy discussion on Magic Arena and all the changes and everything that's coming with it later on in the broadcast. But first, let's play some Magic.
Yeah, let's do it. Now, I'm going to be playing the Temur Energy side. This is the 75 cards that Brian Brown Doon, Corey Baumeister, and I all won. Took first, second, and fourth at Grand Prix Denver. And
weird flex, but okay.
Weird flex. You are going to be playing Shouta Yosoka's build from the top 4 of Worlds 2016 when Brian Brown Doon won it. Sure. With the deck that I told him to play. Great flex, but okay, let's go.
Yeah, okay, so we're rolling some dice. So you goes first.
I think we are.
Okay. All right, 4.
Ooh, 9.
Right. I have one question before you
7-11
start.
game.
Oh, no, you were tie rolling.
What? I haven't not 7-11'd you in like 4 years.
All right.
Okay, I lost anyway. I was lying, by the way. I 100% would have won the other way if I had high roll beat you.
So,
hold on.
Oh, wait, just give me a moment with my deck.
I have one question before we start, and it's from Pan Anaconda HS, and it's, why isn't Brad bringing that deck to the Versus Series? We want the Golden Wish combo deck.
Well, if I 3-0 Sweet Todd, I will bring it next year.
Do you even have the list?
I have all my Magic notebooks back at home, and I'm going back for Christmas. It's got to be in there, right? Like all my old notebooks where I just wrote deck lists. I worked on this deck, even changed the colors. It was blue-black after a while with Withered Wayfarer or something. Withered Wretch.
Withered
Wayfarer.
You have to get rid of their graveyard. So I changed
Withered Wretch, yes.
Withered Wretch. Yeah, anyway, my hand is great.
Okay.
All right. Also real quick about this card, and if you want it, I'll bring this piece of memorabilia as well. I played in the 2010 Community Cup, and they asked for your favorite card, and they put it on your badge, and I still have it, and it's just Mists of Stagnation. So, there's proof that this story is real.
Brad, I don't think anybody was doubting that the story was real, because it's not good. It's a good story. Sorry, it's a good story.
Yeah.
It's so weird that that's somehow the wish they decided to make cost 5 mana.
Yeah.
Land or creature, 2 mana. Sorcery, 2 mana. Instant, 3 mana, but we'll make the spell an instant, too.
It's been a while since we saw
Anything,
Jacob Bond.
3 mana.
Yeah.
Artifact or enchantment, no, 5 mana. Yeah. That one's too strong.
Oh, well, to be fair, considering some of the artifacts and enchantments they were scared of back in the day.
That is true. Creatures were kind of bad back then.
Would Golden Wish have seen play at 2 mana?
Yes.
What were you going to wish for?
I mean, it would be playing Modern.
Yeah, it would be insane.
Sure, now.
It'd just be a tutor. It'd be very good. Anyway, I am casting a Jace Friends Prodigy, my babe.
How?
Take a bubble bath.
How? All right, I just have a question.
With my
Can you just
baby
look
Jace.
at the board right now? How is that deck going to beat this?
That's a good question. I never thought that I was going to. Let's just
All
be
right.
clear.
Attune up to 4.
Okay,
We'll get a Forest.
great.
And then I'm going to Abrade Jace and attack you for 2.
Great.
And your turn.
I'm at 18. So I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna get clobbered next turn by Glorybringer if I play a creature.
I suggest not playing creatures.
I kind of want to wait. This is not fun.
A lot of people, I put a vote up on Twitter. You'd have to scroll really far back to find where it was. But it was a lot of people said that Bant Company won this match, and I just wanted to do it on the Versus Series.
All right, I'm gonna pass turn.
Ooh, that complicates things for me. All right, I will play a Long Tusk Cub.
That resolves.
I'll get an energy, and I'll
Yep.
lose that energy, and I'll play a Rogue Refiner.
Okay.
All right, that resolves too?
Yep.
Your turn. What's going on over there, Ross?
He's whispering. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
He's doing a thing.
2 Sylvan Advocates.
Yeah, they're not even good though. I'm in a lot of trouble.
You are in.
I needed
lot
to
of
draw
trouble.
a bunch of collected companies so I didn't have to run into Glorybringer. But luckily, you just didn't have it anyway. I'm gonna take it. I'm just not gonna block this time because I want to try to get my Sylvan Advocates to big status to check Rogue Refiner, and Long Tusk Cub's already doing some stuff.
All right, I'm gonna attack you for 7.
Okay, I'm at 11.
Yep, and then I'm going to play Sky Sovereign.
Wow,
Council Flagship.
that
I'm gonna target this Sylvan Advocate. Now this was on Arena, and oh, it is on Arena.
Raise the bridge. The boat's
Your
coming
turn.
through.
Great, dude. I'm so happy right now that this is a thing you're making me do.
It's Christmas.
Yeah. All right. Let's
Christmas for
Reflector
food.
Mage the Long Tusk Cub.
All right, that's gone. I thought that might happen.
Attack.
You do have Dramoka's commands. 18.
Who cares? It makes you sack enchantments.
I know. But you could fight
Are
it.
you serious?
You
Deck collection's done this.
Aw.
I gotta try to
Could've
make
put-
sure he doesn't hit a third power somehow.
You can get to 6 lands and
Replay the
put a
Long
counter
Tusk
in
Cub?
Sylvan Advocate.
Reflector.
Oh, you're right. I'll play this Rogue Refiner.
Yeah, of
then.
course.
Then I'll
Thanks.
go up to 5 energy.
Thanks for making me feel like I'm having fun here. You know.
All right, crew the boat.
Yep.
The boat will attack you. It'll kill that. You
I'm at
go
5 life.
5. Your turn.
Great. Just great and good.
Jace, that is a very mythical magic card.
Your turn.
All right. Well, I'm going to want to keep using all my mana. So I'm going to Harness Lightning that, go
Okay,
back
so
up to
you-
5.
Yep, you gain 1.
I lose 1 and gain 1. All right.
Bam, bam.
We'll start the turn off with Attune.
Sure.
That will get me another forest because I've got enough of every land. Also, if you can tell, we got some sweet basics in here.
Oh yeah, yeah. The newest addition to Versus Live is hundreds of dollars. just a lot of really sweet looking basic lands. just a lot.
All right.
What you got?
I'll play a Long Tusk Cub.
Look, I am not casting this Coco in my hand until that Sky Sovereign gets in the red zone.
I'm going to play another Long Tusk Cub.
Sure.
All right. Then I will tap these 2 to crew.
All right, you win. I have a land. Okay. Okay, I was just letting you do your thing for as long as you possibly
Who
could do
thought
it.
this was a good matchup? I guess if we draw Coco.
I don't know.
And I don't draw Boat.
Yeah.
Or
I mean,
Servant, or Harness Lightning, or Rogue Refiner,
or Glorybringer.
or Glorybringer.
Yeah.
There's a lot of dead draws.
Yeah.
If I just draw all the long toss cubs, I'm about to sideboard out.
Well, I mean, I don't even think they were that bad that match. Like, you
They
hit me for a
weren't,
bunch.
but
I
it's
could
like
never block them.
Yeah.
This is
I'm
not
still
good.
going to take them out.
That's fine.
All right, well, that was pretty bad for Todd game 1, but you've got 2 more games. And we
Oh,
get
no, we're
sideboard.
playing Arena Best of 1, baby. Let's move
I
to the
am
next
the
game.
champion.
Move to the next game.
All right, so we're going to take a quick 3-minute break.
Well, we figure out sideboarding while it's still around.
And instead of questions, I would like all the best comments about how great Temur Energy is.
That's fair. Yeah,
And
no questions.
We'll have
just
Ross.
comments.
The best comment actually is a question, and it's, is this deck making Todd energetic?
Ooh, are you energetic, Todd?
No, I hate
That's
it.
from MTG Toleb.
I hate it so much.
All right, well, let's take a quick 3-minute break for sideboarding, and we'll be right back.
All right, we're here for sideboarding with our Bant Coco deck against Temur Energy, and I'm trying to remember how to sideboard. And well, this wasn't a real matchup, but I'm trying to figure out how to sideboard in this particular matchup because our sideboard is really set for like Archangel Avacyn for like the mirror.
Yeah.
we have Elder Deep Veins, stuff like that.
I don't know if you know this, but Archangel Avacyn was very good during its run against Glorybringer.
That's fair. That's fair.
It was good. So like that is a good answer to it.
I also don't know if you know this, but I still have no idea how Archangel Avacyn works.
Oh, that is a good story for another day. But that
Let's talk about it right now.
All right. Well, long story short, we were like really dead set right after Innistrad came out to playtest, and we were like playtesting in Roanoke a lot. And I would sit down against Ross, and I would be like, "Why are you making this play?" And he's like, "XYZ, blah 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 blah." And I'm like, "That's not how the card works." And then he's like, "Okay," pulls the cards back, thinks for a little bit more with Avacyn, makes another attack. I'm like, "Why are you making this attack?" And he's like, "Blah blah blah blah." And I'm like, "That's also not how Avacyn works." And then he's like, "I got it. Attack you." And then I make blocks, and then he's like, "Okay." And I'm like, "Flip my Avacyn." He's like, "Why is it flipping?" I'm like, "How do you not know how this card works?"
Also, this card has been legal for 9 months.
No, at this time it was really new.
Oh, it went on for 9 months.
Yeah, it kept happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Avacyn and I didn't click.
no.
All right, so here is my thought process. I want as many 2-drops as I can because Brad's going to try to kill all of them. So I want to try to overload his 2-mana removal as much as possible. And on turn 4, if I don't have Coco, I want to be able to double spell. I think Tireless Tracker and the card advantage abilities from it are a little too slow, and I'd rather have my card advantage be kind of built in with things like Nissa Vastwood Seer. I think Thali Heretic Cathar on the play could be insanely good. And then Archangel Avacyn plus Selfless Spirit, I think, is one of the easiest ways for me to actually steal a game. Declaration Stone being a sorcery, I think, is pretty bad. It doesn't stop Bristling Hydra. It's not good against Warlord. Brad's probably siding out Long Tusk Cub, and Glorybringer already gets a huge effect off of it, so we're just going to be cutting it.
All right, yeah, so I'm going to be boarding these cards out and these in. I thought about Confiscation Queue coming in, but you could just Reflector Mage your own card and get it back.
Oh, yeah.
And on the play, if I lose this game, Sharp Tortured Fine is going to come in. I think it's a little too slow on the draw against a Coco deck, though.
That's fair. On the play, though.
Yeah, on the play.
Cast it turn 3 off of Servant of the Conduit.
Oh, yeah.
Quite good.
But yeah, so...
All right, any comments on how good Temur Energy is?
Not a lot on Temur.
Standard Player 86 says...
We do have a question for Todd. It's from NW Robinson, and it's, Todd, have you considered drawing good cards? Because that's how the pros do it.
Look, I was never a fan of this Bant Coco deck. I thought that it was just real bad. All the lands came into play are entered the battlefield tapped. The creatures are pretty underwhelming, and if you don't draw the card Collect a Company, it's miserable and gross, and your deck's stupid.
I'll defend that claim because I always thought that Bant Humans was much better than Bant Coco, and I still believe that Spell Queller is the most overrated Magic card in the last 5 years.
I agree. I think Spell Queller is heinously bad. Also,
it was good at protecting Gideon.
Look,
it was great at protecting Gideon because Gideon was disgusting. And for that short while where Smuggler's Copter was in Standard and there was a blue-white flash deck, that deck was good because Spell Queller just gave you that extra little tempo boost for Gideon, and that was devastating.
So I want to point out, when you could play Collect a Company in Standard, you could also play, I don't know, Dig Through Time,
Emrakul,
Treasure Cruise,
Oh, we'll get to that. I'm the last video is 4-color rally with company.
Pyromancer's goggles. That was another one. That was my favorite.
I was a fan of that deck.
I know. Gave you a
That
top
deck
8.
was great.
All right, my hand is very good trademark.
My hand is really medium, but I'm going to keep it just to.
All right, I'm gonna.
Is it that good? What is going on, Ross?
We got a comment with some fighting words.
Okay, that's fair.
If
What?
Todd Sweater said Oklahoma on it instead, I think he would win more. Which also
That's
just
just-
isn't true.
Yeah, that's not even true.
Yeah, maybe try not letting your last 5 opponents put up 4+ touchdowns against you. Okay.
Oh, real quick, whoever said that, let's just see if Tua still got a bad leg. We're going to see our secondary beat your first, your starter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts is coming to play, and it doesn't matter. What's your Kyler Murray won the Heisman Trophy? Great. We're gonna put him in the ground.
Actually, today before we went live, I brought Kelly an Alabama scarf gift, and I was like, Todd, do you think she'll like it?
Like, I don't know, Brad. She likes scarves. She likes Alabama. Pretty sure it's gonna be a hit.
Yeah. All right, so Jace on turn 2 is a little scary.
Spoiler alert, it was a hit.
All right, we'll say go.
Upkeep draw.
You got it all.
I'm just gonna play Nissa Vassal Tier.
Yeah.
Get forced.
I'm going to cycle a Sheltered Thicket.
Sure.
And I'm going to play a Rogue Refiner, go up to 4 energy, and draw a card.
Okay.
And that's it. That's all I got.
All right, I'm gonna tank. Draw a card. We'll just discard an extra.
I didn't even realize it. You get to play Jace Friends Prodigy 2 out of the 3 videos today.
Shit, I wish you had just done 3 out of 3.
Yeah.
Honestly. Okay.
Todd won a lot of Magic back when he got to play with this card. But we're trading?
Yeah.
I like to trade.
I mean, I just have another one.
Oh, sure. Well, at least it's not a stupid company.
Yeah.
This also gets Todd that much closer to transforming into Jace.
Yep. One away.
That thing attacks Jace.
Sure. EOTL loot.
Yeah.
I'll just keep this card in these pain lands because I don't have that much blue in my deck, and actually I should probably discard an extra force over it. All right,
Like
untap.
Hydra is a little awkward against Jace Telepath Unbound. Like, you don't really want to use the energy to stop it from shrinking, but the shrinking might be awkward.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. Everything's fine, though. It's all fine.
Burning down around you.
Yeah.
This is fine.
This is fine. Bristling Hydra's been up against a lot of opponents and has come out victorious many, many times. What's going on there, Todd?
I'm thinking. I just can't draw the. Well, so if I do this now, I have to put myself in a position where. Whatever. I'll just do it now.
You
Because
just
if I draw a
go for it.
Coco, that'd be tight. Well, that's stupid. Alright, we'll discard this, transform Jace VP. I'm going to plus on your Bristling Hydra.
I will activate.
Okay. In response to that, I'm going to plus and fight.
Okay.
Yep. So this is going to counter my ability, right? So this,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's fine. So we don't actually get to fight, but I still get a counter because
Yes.
it's trying to resolve as much as possible. So then I'll play.
Oh, that would happen, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Fine.
Well, you can't. There's no way around it because
Yeah.
your
I can
creature gets
let-
hexproof.
I can let it fight and die.
Right, but
Yeah,
that's
but I don't wanna do that.
silly. Okay. Fetch with this and pass turn.
All right. Well, that is an issue because now my Bristling Hydra is vulnerable. But
You have a glory banger?
I have a glory banger.
Yeah, so it's not
Attack
vulnerable. You're literally just making me chump block and
yeah.
eating my creature.
All right, I'll kill the Nissa.
Are you kidding me?
It's vulnerable next turn. Oh, let me get one of these wonderful exerted things that I haven't got to use in a while.
Okay.
And you'll take 4?
I'm taking 4. This is coming at me, and this is
Yep.
coming here. I have to think about if I want to block or not. All right, block.
All right, your turn. Oh, that's so sad. I feel so bad for you.
Do you?
So game 1 we got boated, and game 2 we got dragoned.
Yeah, it's weird. It's almost like his 5-drops beat my deck. Because my deck's stupid.
How many collected companies you draw there, Todd?
0.
Classic.
Okay. I collect a company in that very specific scenario, right? And I Reflector Mage his Bristling Hydra weight. What do I? If I
You get one more. You get one more. You have to cast a Coco.
We're gonna play another.
You
one.
have to cast a Coco before this is over.
All right, we're just gonna do a thing.
No, you don't just put it in your hand.
Yeah, just shut up. Just shut up.
Okay. While you guys are shuffling, we got a good question from D. Scott P, who is wondering why Jace Prodigy was so busted in Standard. Maybe didn't play back then. It's probably a good question.
It wasn't actually. I don't think Jace was that busted. It was good for like half of its existence.
Okay, it was good in spell-heavy decks. It was not good in creature-heavy decks, but the Collected Company decks played it because it allowed them to chain Collected Companies into one another, and that was very powerful.
Yeah.
It also gave them extra access to Dramoka's command when they were removal light.
Yep. That's definitely fair. The Rally the Ancestors decks use it as a loot engine to fill the graveyard while also giving them redundant copies of Collected Company. Jeskai Black and decks like it use Jace Prodigy as like additional removal spells, which is really cool. And it just helped fix your draws. And that was really important in a lot of these matchups.
The Standard format was powerful, but it was grindy. Games took a very long time. It was a balance because Avacyn did a lot of stuff, so you need a high density of threats and removal. And also in this matchup, like, I'm under the impression that your turn. I'm under the impression that Temur Energy was maybe one of just the most inherently busted decks in the format.
Dustwatch Recruiter here.
Servant.
So to finish your question, D. Scott, Jace Prodigy was a card that had a lot of versatility, did a lot of different things in a very cheap package. So it fit into a lot of different decks and saw a lot of play for that reason.
Well, I don't have a white man. I'm just going to trigger activate.
Yeah, I would.
It's also easy to underestimate the power of a looter. I've registered Merfolk Looter in Standard.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that we haven't had like a true 2-mana Merfolk Looter type card in a long time, other than Jace Prodigy, like just shows how powerful that type of effect is. And when you attach something onto it, like, I don't know, a Planeswalker, like it's not disaster. It's very, very powerful. All right. Well. Okay.
I want to make a snarky comment about Todd's mana base, but it just looks so pretty.
It does look pretty. I'm pretty psyched. So this is a true story too. I went to my buddy Eric's shop in the Baltimore area before the SCG Baltimore, and I played F&M, and I went 3-1, and I got like, I don't know, $20 or $30 in store credit. And as they're like, what do you want, packs or store credit? And let me finish the story real quick. It's very fast. And I'm like, I don't know. And I'm debating. And then I look down and I just see a bunch of these lands. And I already have a lot of them, right? I already have a bunch of these unstable lands. But they were like, they've all dropped from the last time I saw them 6 months ago. And I was just like, I'll take all of them. And then I handed him my debit card. And I just bought like another like 30 or 40 of these lands. I just love them so much.
Classic Bragg Nelson.
No, yeah. I'm just like,
yeah.
I have more than I need. Like, I'm planning
name.
on in 2 years when I lose a bunch of them or lend them out and I don't get them back. Right. So it's 20 all right now.
Currently
right?
It's 20 all. I'm attacking for 3. Yeah, 17. I was trying to hit a Reflector Mage to target Tireless Tracker because we are currently short on white mana.
You don't have white mana?
Are you kidding? Of course I don't have white mana. I would have Reflector Mage your Tireless Tracker last turn.
Why do you think I was going to make a snarky comment about Todd's mana base?
All right, we'll go to 3, and we'll draw a card.
Great. You played a land yet?
Yeah, I did.
No, you missed trigger.
And I will attack you.
No blocks.
All right, just take 3.
Yeah.
17.
17 all.
And I'm going to Magma Spray the Jace.
He gone.
And your turn.
Alright, you played 2 spells.
I did. You flip back.
Flip back. Great. Draw. What's that? Yet another force? Alright.
Too bad you don't have your own attune to smooth it all out.
Go trigger this.
Yep.
I'm just going to let it flip.
All right.
Yeah, I would love to have my own attune.
Get an energy.
Yep.
Dragon.
Alright.
Combat.
Inside combat, I'm going to cast Collect the Company.
Yep.
See if I had Reflector Mage.
Yeah, I should have done this.
Alright.
I had such a better play.
This.
I had such a better play.
Play Selfless Spirit.
Oh, no. Maybe I didn't have a better play. Go.
Got a couple people asking me if Jace Vryn's Prodigy is good in the modern Is It Phoenix deck. It's Clapstorm Inc. and Dr. Nick Evans. I haven't played with it, but thinking about it, there's a couple things I don't like. One is that it's another threat that doesn't really put a lot of pressure on your combo opponents or your big mana opponents, and those are the matchups I'm a little scared about.
It's
and
a
one of the
that
reasons
gets bolted.
Yes, and then the other thing is that it gets bolted. I mean, I ended up adding Swift Spear, which does get bolted a good portion of the time, but also only costs 1 mana, and sometimes just comes down and deals 5 or 6 damage immediately. And that kind of immediate pressure was something that I was looking for from the 4th threat in the deck. But Jace is certainly like a good card with the cards that go in the deck. When you have Thought Scour and a bunch of cantrips and different things to flash back, and you want to cast a bunch of spells, I mean, you can't go that wrong with Jace, but it just doesn't do the things that I want it to do, that slot to do to fill the holes in the deck.
I got another clue.
Alright, so Brad's at 15.
Yeah.
I'm going to play this for 1 mana.
Oh no, and it's big.
Todd's doing things this game.
I am doing things this game. It's great. I would be doing a lot more if I had that Plains a little earlier.
But it's still looking good. One land away from this Nissa transforming.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to
Oh, I get another clue.
take it.
One last note on Jace Vryn's Prodigy. Is it Phoenix?
Just so you know, you could have cast your Glorybringer this turn.
I know.
Okay.
I do love it being a discard outlet for Arclight Phoenix. I think if you played Jace, you could probably cut
14.
all the Is It Charms and Charter Courses.
All right, I'll take 3 damage. I'm at 14 life. It's 14 to 15 right now.
And the idea of doing that is very appealing.
All right, Radiant Flame here for 3 is going to take care of all my creatures. Okay, go.
Well, that was pretty good.
It's stabilized, but there's 4 cards in Todd's hand.
How many you got in your hand, Bradley?
Oh, I'm at 17. No, what am I at?
I have you at 15.
All right, I'll go 11.
All right, so Brad's 11. I'm not done yet.
Okay.
Reflector Mage this.
All right, I'll just use it all.
Yep. So you get 2 Thapters.
Yep.
2 Nick Millers
2 Nick
coming
Millers
right up.
In the hand. Drop.
Yep.
Glorybringer.
Yep.
Attack.
Yep.
Exert.
I will make all my creatures indestructible. What's up?
No! All right, you take it. You're at 10?
Sure.
All right, 10 to 11?
Yeah.
Or actually, I'm going to attack with 1, too.
All right, I'm at 9. All right, attack for 6.
I'm going to block and go to 9.
All right, so it's 9 all.
Yeah.
I'm going to play another Selfless Spirit and say go.
All right.
That seems like a good draw.
Glorybringer.
Okay.
Combat.
Yep.
Exert on Selfless. Do I even exert on this? I am. Yeah, because that is lethal, right? Yeah,
No, it's only 8. You're at 9.
Oh, but what's your Bronkus Plan? It's lethal.
Yep. Okay.
Next turn if you draw it.
So I'm going to take 4. I'm at 1.
You're
Wait, don't you just
5.
kill me?
You're at 5. I had you at 9.
What'd you have me at, Director? Okay,
9, yeah,
I'm at
you're
5.
at 5.
Oh, I already wrote the life total down.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you're dead next turn.
All right.
Yeah.
Attack.
Take it.
So you go to 3. I'm going to Reflector Mage this one.
All right.
Then
pretty
play
good.
a Jace Vryn's Prodigy.
That's not good.
Your turn.
Might be stealing one here.
Maybe. Gotta get lucky on this Coco.
You have a Coco? Oh, you have that thing, yeah.
In the graveyard, if you don't kill my Jace.
Endgame 13 just subscribed with a
I'm
tier
at
1
5.
sub. 2 months
Thank
in
you.
a row. Thank you, Endgame. Glad to see everyone survived Snowmageddon.
At 4.
Missed a point, and that might cost me. Rogue Refiner, trigger, draw. Maybe I should have played that first.
Yeah.
Whatever. All right.
All right, you're at 5.
Go.
Energies. Okay, so if we hit a Reflector Mage, we get to bounce Glorybringer, and then he can't cast either in his hand. We've already been through 3, though, so the odds of that are pretty small. Should we thin it? No, we cast Coco. Have we shuffled since then? Maybe? Alright.
No.
Alright. Let's, minus...
Yeah, Coco.
Coco. Oh, yeah, that's 2, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's not good. That's a yikes from me. Good thing we got a land and a rebuy.
Oh, no!
Look at him! Come on, Dick! Ugh. I think we're dead. Yep, we're dead to the Glorbringers
In hand.
at 6. So we had this. Oh well. Fine. Brad's just gonna block and then I die. Yay! Woo! Woo! It was close, but not really.
Not really. All right. I'm just making sure that, like, once again, I'm confident in just my understanding of things. Because it blew my mind. I was just like, Coco will just get crushed by Temur Energy. It's got boats and dragons and 2-mana removal and card advantage. And everyone was just like, no, Bant Company is going to crush it.
Okay, so I want to point out mainly that Flyers were like particularly good against Bant Coco.
Yeah.
Just like because they were so easy at gumming up the ground, like you needed something that had evasion if you actually wanted to clock them. And Whirl of Virtuoso is just it. Like it is the nuts. I mean, you know, after sideboard, like you just become this control deck where you kill like the 2 or 3 creatures that are important. And then, what happened?
I'm just knocking into things over here, ruining everything.
What are you doing?
Being Ross.
It's okay.
Why?
It's all working. It's all fine. You didn't have to say anything, Todd.
No, but I did.
Yeah,
But he
Because
did.
you're
and now we're
breaking
here.
everything.
All right. Well, I'm just going to wrap things up. We're going to go on a 10-minute break, but stay tuned because after that, we're going to play one of your favorite decks and one of my favorite decks. We are going to play 4-colored Jeskai Black. A deck that you played at the Play Champs and at a bunch of opens and at an invitational and
Arguably the deck that I've had the most.
Arguably
the deck that I've had the most success with my entire life. Just like, I mean, I never top 8'd an open with. I guess Mono Black Devotion.
I believe you did.
Huh?
I believe you did top 8 and open with it.
No, not an open. Grand Prix.
Okay,
Sorry.
yeah.
I top 8 like 5 opens with it.
Yeah,
And
I was wondering. I was just
yeah.
like, I'm pretty sure you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so it's also the deck that got Brian Brown doing his one and only win on the Open Series.
Oh yeah.
And I'm going to be playing a deck called Frights. Now, this would not get past Cedric's deck naming. Now,
yes.
But this deck was originally a French-made Umbrella Rights hyper-aggressive strategy that had Gristlebrand's and Infernal Titans and stuff like that. It was just like elves and really aggressive mana base.
It was literally just ramp into Unbarrow Rights and put large monsters onto the battlefield quickly.
Yeah.
And Brad just did a ton of work on it and molded it into this weird mid-rangey control deck that could abuse Unbarrow Rights, but also could just hardcast all of its stuff.
Yeah, it was built, my version of the deck, and I worked a lot hard on this, and I went to an invitation, I went 4-0. But 0-4'd the legacy portion of it, and it was really sad because I just crushed my 4 rounds in standard.
Would 4-0 standard.
If you 4-0'd standard and your deck was so good, how well did you do in the open the next day?
X2. Yeah, I lost a match, I think, to Reduke. We played. I don't know who won, but I know we played.
Irrelevant.
So it's irrelevant.
Who won that open?
Irrelevant.
Did you win it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's irrelevant. You won the secret open after bombing the invitational. Congrats.
I 0-4'd standard at the invitational.
But anyway, the deck was designed to beat Solar Flare back then, which was a Sun Titan
also an Unbarrow Rights deck.
Unbarrow Rights deck.
Yeah.
And Delver. And the way that I used to beat Delver a lot, and I did well with it, I just copied it. I just played images and metamorphs.
Back in the day, Geist Saint Draft was one of the key cards for Delver of Secrets decks to win the game. And the way that you counteracted this was by making a copy of it, because back then the legend rule says 2 of the same legend couldn't be on the battlefield at the same time, so they would cancel each other out and just both die. So Phantasmal Image was huge for just killing Geist Saint Draft, and in the mirrors out of any deck playing Sun Titan, and your deck specifically was very good at killing Geist Saint Draft.
I say we just save a little bit more about the matchup afterwards, but we're going to take a quick 10-minute break. And then we'll be back with that, and then another match after that, and then a 30-minute discussion on Arena. That'll be fun. So stay tuned, watch the show, and we'll be back in a little bit.